Hi, my name is Tatiana Gregorian, and I'm a real estate agent with Century 21 here in Tallahassee, Florida.
Hi, my name is Thalia McClendon. I'm a realtor with Century 21 First Story in Tallahassee as well.
Yes, and we're glad to be back. It's our Friday Live. We're trying to keep up with being every Friday to
Yes.
bring you interesting topic. And today we're talking about real estate property tours. So what are we going to cover in this, Talia?
So, real estate property tours, we want to give the breakdown of what a real estate property tour actually is. In our everyday terminology, pretty much a property tour is called a showing. So, you'll hear realtors all the time talk about showings and that they're going to do a showing or they are scheduling a showing. And
Yes.
sometimes people don't know that that's really simply put, it's a property tour that a buyer schedules with their realtor and
Mhm.
just having that time with them to tour the property and ask questions about it and really find out if it's what they want to purchase.
Yes, but there's it's not as maybe simple at first as you think. You just see the property online, you call your agent, you're like, let's go, like now.
Right.
There's more things that it includes. So first you start usually with when you see property or your agent send you maybe listings based on your criteria. So you see the property that you like and
Yeah.
you contact your agent and you ask him, hey, can we take a look at it? Because we really like it. And after that, your agent, like us, we make a list of all the properties that you like. We try to be reasonable with the amount of properties that we can take a look at in one day.
Right.
So usually showings being held on like weekends because when most people are not working, when they have time, and usually it's like Saturday or Sunday. Sometimes it's Friday after
Yeah.
work. Some people like to do that as well. And we take our time, and first we contact listing agents just to see if there's any details about a particular listing. Like if there's something that we need to know, maybe there's an offer in place already.
Right.
So we don't waste our time and like our time, clients' time, and here's hope, to put
Right.
them down. So yes, we do that and we gather as much as possible information about the property. It is something we should know. If we I usually upload seller property disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes some listing agents have it at the listing
Right.
in the house, so people just can take a look at it. I usually print it and I take it with me.
Right.
So while we walk the house, we can just like see with like updates, changes. Is
Right.
there anything that the buyer needs to know about the house? And yeah, so the number one thing is I think that's really important is to stick to a schedule. If you schedule to take a look at 3 4 properties, let's say on a given Saturday, stick to it. Do not try to bring more showings on the same day. Let's say we're driving from one showing to another and you see a listing and you like and the buyer's like, oh, can we take a look at this property
Yeah.
and stop and take a look. It's not that easy, and Talia is going to explain why how showings work and how we schedule it. It's not that just you just stop your car and knock on the door and ask people, can we take a look at your house? It's more into that. That's why we need to stay on schedule,
Yeah.
on track, kind of,
Right.
right?
Definitely. So, how does a showing actually work? How does it get scheduled?
There's people say
Everybody say
hello.
hi. So yeah, we're gonna say hi. So how does a showing work? How does this whole process come together? So as realtors, we have an app that we use, and this app pretty much allows us to communicate with the realtor who is over the actual property. We have to pretty much keep in mind the fact that the other agent is representing the owner of the home. And so we need permission to actually access the home or the property that we're actually touring. You can't just, pop into someone's property and just say, hey, I'm interested in buying it. And here we are. There has to be a time of communication that allows us to access the property. So we pretty much have access to everything that's available through our MLS system, which is the acronym for MLS means multiple listing services.
Yes.
And that's anything that has been made available to the public And we do not, through MLS, we don't have for sale by owner unless it's been contracted through a broker. And we also do not have auctions that are available through MLS. All of that contact is separate from the app that we use to actually schedule showings. So we look for time slots that are available. We make sure that the property is actually still available, because the app will let us know that. Sometimes in quick minutes, we'll have, 1 second the property's active, and then the next second is contingent, which means it's under contract, or the status has changed regarding the actual property. So we just want to make sure that that communication between the other realtor is happening between us as well as the other agent, which is why popping up and just, hey, this is a house that I'm interested in, let's go ahead and do that. No, it's not that easy, and it shouldn't work like that. So we go ahead and we get it scheduled, and then from there, we wait for an actual approval. We wait for someone to actually tell us, hey, you can enter the property. There are some situations where the property is like a go and show, which means it's that
vacant, go,
go ahead, not do as you please, but go ahead, go tour the property,
go and show and bring all the offers.
Exactly. But at those situations, we have instruction from the seller's agent that lets us know, okay, it's that type of property. A lot of properties actually require an appointment. And so this information is not given to the general public. It's information that is communicated from realtor to realtor. So go and shows, yes, we can freely access based on that app, but other times we have to have a scheduled appointment and an approval from the actual agent who has the property that's listed.
Yes. And after that, after we schedule our showings and we're ready to go and tour houses, the first thing when I'm at the house, even like I open it with my device and everything, I always knock.
Yes.
Because I've been in the situation where I would knock, open, and there's people inside.
Right.
Sometimes sellers didn't get the memo that there's going to be showing, and they're still in the house. So be very careful. There still might be people in the house. We need to be really cautious about that, and respect other people's houses.
Right.
That's number one, I think. Sometimes there's some areas of the house that off the limit could be. I have an example that when sellers said they had 3-4 cats, and they locked them in one of the bedrooms, and they put a note, and they said, please do not open the door because cats will go wild. So and some people try still to peek inside. And I'm very kind of cautious about that. I'm like, please, let's respect. If you really like this house, we can always come back and take a look at that particular bedroom.
Exactly.
Yes, but at this point, they don't want us to be there. So it is important. And also about bathrooms.
Yeah.
Yes, we have this. Let's not use other people's bathrooms.
Yeah.
I had some buyers who would stop by, and it's not good.
It's not. It's not good etiquette. If we need to stop at a rest area, a gas station, somewhere else before we get to the house in order to, have that relief, go ahead and do that. But it's not appropriate to use the owner of the house, like, to use their bathroom. Yes. I mean, they don't know what you're doing in there. You could be looking through their belongings. It's a closed door. So at the end of the day, they're left to questioning. And especially if the seller's in the property, it's not proper etiquette to use their bathroom. You're in there for a designated amount of time, because when we're scheduling the showings, we actually tell the seller's agent how long we're going to be at the property. Yes. We say 15 minutes, we say 20 minutes, maybe 30, if you may be slower at looking through the property. But if you're taking a 10-minute bathroom break, you're holding us up, and it also looks embarrassing.
Let's not do this, please. No.
And then we have to apologize to, if the seller's there. I'm sorry, I didn't know that they plan on using your bathroom.
Yes.
So please don't use the bathroom. Don't use the
It doesn't
bathroom.
look good on us as well.
No, it
Yes.
doesn't. It looks like we don't know what's happening.
Yes, and also we need to be in and out in time.
Right.
That's another thing. That's why always ask, and I kind of get a feel of my buyers.
Yeah.
I know how long they're gonna spend on
Yes.
average. After one showing, I know they need more than 15 minutes.
Yes.
Some of them then in and out.
Yes.
And they're like
5 minutes and they're gone.
gone. That's fine. But some of them take their time.
Yes.
They, especially if they come with their like spouses, they
Mhm.
with kids, and they start
Right.
talking about, oh, like where we can put that
Yes.
couch, that sofa,
Their grand piano. They want to place it.
and it takes more than that. So we need to stick to that schedule, as I talked before, in and out in time, because you're not the only one
Right.
buyers who's looking at this property.
Exactly.
Sometimes when a new nice house hit the market, the whole day is scheduled with showings.
Yes.
There is no space in between, like opening.
Right.
So let's be respectful to other agent and other buyers, because they need to be on time. So don't be late to your showing, and
Don't
don't
be
spend.
late.
Please don't be late. You have a story about that as well. We have stories about everything.
Everything. I mean, it's real life, so it happens.
Yes.
And I think as realtors, we've learned how to just kind of understand that things pop up. Maybe something happens with the kids, or maybe you're stuck in traffic. But don't let it be a trend that you're late to every showing, because we have, especially if it's scheduled back to back, then we have, okay, a 10:30 showing, then we have an 11 o'clock. So if you get to the showing at 10:45, and then the next one isn't scheduled until 11, then that means it's pushed back another 15 minutes. And it also takes time to commute. So we try to factor all of those things in place when we're scheduling showings back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And so be on time so it doesn't, shift everything. And then, like you said, there's also the possibility that there's another scheduled showing right after ours.
Yes.
And so we might have to wait until a next available slot if our time is kind of shifted because somebody's late.
Yeah. Sometimes I see remarks on the MLS that some agents, they allow overlapping showings.
Yeah.
If that's the case, when you go into the house, you might see other buyers and other agents, but it's not that often I see. Sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times as well, where they're just 5 people in the house just kind of touring at the same time. And sometimes it's a little uncomfy for the buyers because they want to be able to have like a private time and tell you how they don't like the paint color, or the granite is their favorite and this has marble, or whatever it is. They want to have that freedom to say whatever it is that they do. And in those situations, we can't really control that because the seller's agent is the one who is responsible for allowing that to happen. And it can be a normal thing. They're trying to sell the property at the end of the day. So yeah, it's kind of what to expect when you're looking at like a high demand type of property.
Definitely. Yes. So did we cover all our our points? Let me see. Let's just sum up everything that we just said. So this one is part 1. This is showing and kind of etiquette toward showing,
etiquette for the buyers.
We decided to do part 2. That's going to be more etiquette toward agents.
Yeah.
From the buyer point of view.
Yeah.
Kind of, so
how we can help in that process when it comes to communicating better with your agent. And understanding that they're working with multiple buyers. Sometimes we give, good service where the buyer feels like it's only them, and they don't realize that, you're working with several people. So your time is kind of spread on top of your normal life.
Sometimes it's Saturday 1 p.m. Like I said, and I'm cooking and I'm getting a phone call. Can you show me this property in 1 hour? Can we meet at the office? And we have a tendency to drop everything and run sometimes. So we're going to cover this topic next Friday, how to handle this. But as for right now, just let's sum up everything that we just said. So,
and real quick, I did see a question asking, is this the same process regarding land? And that's a good question, because land is handled a little bit different, because you don't have to accommodate the buyer
Yes.
and their personal belongings.
Yes, it is more easier
Yeah.
to show. When I was showing land, I didn't schedule
Yeah.
any
You
showings.
can drive by there.
Yeah, you just drive by, and if you have questions, we can always contact an agent
Right.
who has maybe some like survey on the land, maybe
Right.
some seller property disclosure again. So some like details, but it's easier to show than just a house. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah.
So recap.
Recap.
Our role between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent and the buyers is really just to create a good avenue of communication and
Yes.
also maintain the understanding of respect between all the parties that are involved. So we're kind of like the peacemakers and the ones who
Yes,
try
sometimes
to
you
make
just
everything
hold
flow.
everyone
Yeah,
like don't
right.
fight. Definitely. But my goal, our goal,
Yeah.
I know Tali as well, to make this process of showing is like easy
Mhm.
and as painless as possible.
Right.
You know, so it goes smoothly because you don't want to drive from point A to point B and then backwards and like through the whole city, the
Right.
whole town, spending you like wasting your time and your money on gas. So we usually when we have 3, 4, 5 showings a day,
Mhm.
we carefully create route.
Right.
So you don't have to go like this. You just follow the route and you from point A to point whatever
Yeah.
it's D.
We're trying to get you a Z.
Yeah, to Z.
Not a whole bunch of zigzag in between.
Yeah, so that's why do not throw your just random showings at like listings at us.
Yeah.
We're gonna schedule them, but maybe next day or
Right.
in 2 days when they have available time.
Right. And we do try our best to accommodate
Oh,
because
yes, all the
sometimes
time.
you might find a house that you're like, oh my God, I just love this. Haven't seen it yet, but you love it. So we try our best to make sure, we can accommodate that. And
Yes, in time,
Yeah.
especially in this market, we know
right.
it's a little bit competitive.
Right.
So we do not want our buyers to wait for 2-3 days
Yeah.
and then the house is under contract. So we usually
Exactly.
we're going to show as fast as possible, but we usually will contact listing agent and just ask him
Yes.
what time frame we have for showing.
Right.
Like, do you have any offers in place or not? So
Exactly.
yeah, but we will do our best to make sure that you see this property in time.
Yeah. We try to gauge the urgency that's needed based on the communication between the other realtor. So if the communication between the other realtor is, telling us, hey, we don't have any offers that are in place, they've barely had any showings, then that means that we don't need to rush and, throw everything apart in order to see that property at that moment. We can schedule for the next day. Yes. We can schedule for the day after based on our schedules coordinating things. So
yeah, we'll do our best.
That's what we aim for.
To give you. So if you see any house on the market that you want to take a tour, please contact us, our office. We're here for you. We're going to accommodate and show you as many houses you would like to see. If you have any questions about those, shoot us like message, text message, email, and also please subscribe and like our video.
Yes, subscribe. We're going to continue to do these videos, these lives on Friday around this time, around 1 p.m. And we just want to be able to share the information that we normally communicate with other realtors, with buyers that we work with. This isn't common knowledge unless you know someone who's actively doing this work daily, or you've experienced it based on your past experience. But yeah, we want to keep sharing this information. Yes,
we'll be here back next Friday around 1 p.m. with same topic, but from a different angle.
Yes.
So we're going to cover it, definitely. We're having you. Thank you so much for all your comments. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching our live.
Trying to see one of the comments.
The comments.
So we have a question that says, we're going to just answer any questions. So if you do have questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. We're going to just reserve these last 2 minutes to do that. So the question is, how can you beat the competition?
Interesting one.
Yeah.
That's this market right now. There's many aspects to this. I would say the number one is communication with listing agent.
Right.
Constant. your agent, your buying agent, needs to be on top of things and submit everything on a timely manner, and see if, let's see, there's multiple offers in place and they kind of look all the same to the seller.
Right.
Just we need to ask question, what else sellers need, what we can do, what we can offer for the sellers to kind of consider,
to stand out.
yes,
pretty much.
consider our offer.
Right.
There's many things, but number one is just communication,
Mhm.
constant communication.
Yes.
Between buyers and an agent, selling agent, I would say. Definitely.
That's good. And that's important as well, because let's say somebody looked at a house a couple of days ago and they wait until the next week to let their agent know that they're actually interested in the property. By that time, it's highly possible that the property is gone. So that immediate communication, like you said, is really important. And then also being prepared, because
Yes.
once the communication happens where you let us know, okay, this is a property that I'm interested in, that I want to move forward with, then at that point, we actually have to write up a contract. We have to go into submitting an offer. So being available to have that communication happen allows the process to move a lot quicker. And then
Okay,
we'll
yes.
do our part
Mhm.
to really find out what we can regarding the seller's
Mhm.
ability and interest in what they're looking for.
Yes, what can be done
Right.
in addition, and that's number one, I think.
Yes,
And yes,
definitely.
I had some, when I was selling property, I had like some offers. Agent would not even call me or text me. I would just
Right.
get an email with the offering price, with the offer,
Right.
and nothing else. And it's like silence.
Yeah.
And on contrary, on like another agent would call me and like,
Yes.
hey Tatiana, what can we do? We need this house.
Right.
What can we do? Please help us out.
Right.
And that's important.
Yeah.
I would say.
And each agent communicates
Differently.
So some are very proactive and others are just like casual.
Laid back.
Kinda, yeah. We'll use laid back. But
Yes.
were there any other questions? We'll wait a second if anyone brings any through. Thank you guys for all the comments. We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you. So many comments. I'm like, it's awesome.
It is.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
Yes.
So we'll do, like Tatiana mentioned, a part 2, and
Mm-hmm.
that information will be helpful as well, bridging this kind of gap between understanding the buyer side as well as the realtor side, and making it all gel together.
Well, we'll see you next Friday. Thank you so much
Yes.
for joining us. Thank you for joining our live, and we really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yes.
We'll see you next Friday.
Bye.
Bye.